Hi everyone, I'm Clarissa Law and welcome back to my channel. Here on this channel, we talk about healing, breaking generational patterns, and rediscovering who you were always created to be. Today, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever felt like you're in trouble even when you've done nothing wrong? Maybe your boss says, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" and your heart immediately starts racing. Maybe someone doesn't text you back and you assume that they're upset with you. Maybe someone looks at you differently and your mind instantly starts searching for what you did wrong. Have you ever wondered, why do I always feel like I'm in trouble? Well, today I want to explore where that feeling comes from and why it may have less to do with your present and more to do with your nervous system, what your nervous system learned in the past. If you've ever felt like this, you're not crazy and you're probably not imagining it, but you may be interpreting today's situations through yesterday's experiences. Many of us grew up in environments where we had to constantly monitor other people's emotions. Maybe you grew up in a home where the people around you were unpredictable. Maybe criticism came without warning. Maybe you felt responsible for keeping the peace. Maybe making a mistake wasn't safe. So your brain became incredibly good at scanning for danger. That wasn't weakness, that was survival. And the problem is, our nervous system doesn't automatically realize when we're no longer living in those circumstances. It keeps trying to protect us. That's why something as simple as an email from your supervisor or someone saying, "Can we talk?" can trigger anxiety that seems completely out of proportion. Your mind isn't responding only to the present moment, it's responding to old experiences that taught you to expect correction, disappointment, or rejection. I can relate to this topic because I grew up in an environment that was very unpredictable, that you never knew what was going to happen from one moment to the next. You never knew um, what you would get in trouble for, right? I can remember times where one sibling would do something, but we all got in trouble. But just not knowing, okay, what did I do wrong? What, if I'm getting in trouble with everyone else, then, what did I actually do? So I definitely can relate to that. And the thing is, you don't even realize the root of that until you start doing the work to heal. For so long, I just was this person that I thought everybody was like that, which I've spoken to people and they say, when someone says something like, "Can we talk?" we immediately go to the negative. But for me, I just thought everyone did that. So at some point, I had to ask myself, so why am I being so sensitive? Why am I on guard with what's going on? But as I began to heal, I changed that from "why am I so sensitive" to, or "what's wrong with me" to "where did this come from," right? We talk about going to the root of the issue so that we can break generational patterns by pulling up those things from the root and identifying where they started. So when we ask, where did this come from? We ask, when was the first time I remember feeling like I had to be perfect? When did I begin believing that making mistakes wasn't safe? Am I talking to anyone? Who taught you that you always had to be on guard? Those questions aren't about blaming anyone, they're about understanding yourself. Because understanding creates compassion. And that's what I want you to understand today, that compassion creates room for healing. Here's what I want you to know today. Just because your nervous system learned to expect danger, it doesn't mean that you're always in danger. Healing is learning to recognize the difference. It's reminding yourself, I am safe. I don't have to assume the worst. I don't have to carry yesterday into today. It doesn't happen overnight. These changes, these thought patterns, they don't happen overnight. They don't change overnight. But little by little, recognizing when those negative patterns come up, your mind and your body can learn a new way of living. If today's video resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and answer the question. Have you ever felt like you were in trouble, even when there was nothing wrong? If this video encouraged you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it with someone who needs this reminder today. And if you're ready to begin your own journey of healing, download my free guide. You Were Always Hurt. 5 Truths life buried, but God never took away. The link is in the description below. And until next time, you are not broken. You adapted. And remember that healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about rediscovering who you have always been. I'll see you in the next video.